Looking ahead to the trading week beginning March 18th, we're going to be keeping an eye on U.S. yields and inflation worries. When you look at the CPI and the PPI data that we got last week, along with copper having its strongest week since the second week of January, gold falling, but crude oil having a positive week, we have to keep an eye on yields. Yields rose last week. We had double-digit rises in yields, with the 2-year up 24 basis points and the 10-year up 22 basis points on the yield side of things in the U.S. We also had on the stock market new highs for the Dow, but it finished lower on the week. The S&P down on the week, the Nasdaq down for the second consecutive week, and the Russell dropped on the week, now over 19% from its all-time highs. Central bank decisions next week as well. We've got the Reserve Bank of Australia, the Bank of Japan, the FOMC here in the US, and the Bank of England all making rate decisions. So that's going to matter next week. And then in terms of earnings and data, there's actually quite a bit. Not necessarily on the earnings side, 46 companies with market caps of $1 billion or more reporting, including Nike, Lululemon, Darden Restaurants, Chewy, General Mills, Micron Technology, FedEx, and Accenture. But also next week we have NVIDIA's AI conference. Some people are calling that Woodstock for AI. So keep an eye on that. That's going to be an interesting thing in the coming years as AI continues to be the focus for productivity growth and technology. Now, in terms of data, Sunday, Japanese machine orders, China's fixed asset investment and industrial production data. Monday, EU inflation data, U.S. housing market index, and a Bank of Japan and Reserve Bank of Australia rate decisions. Tuesday, EU and German ZEW economic indexes, Canadian inflation, and then U.S. housing starts and building permits. Wednesday, we get UK inflation data and US FOMC rate decision and press conference. Thursday, March small to medium-sized business flash PMIs for Germany, the UK, the EU, Canada, and the US, plus a Bank of England interest rate decision, Philly Fed index in the US, and inflation data in Japan. And then Friday, we get German IFO business climate and UK and Canadian retail sales. It's almost a rest day as far as I'm concerned when you look at how heavy the rest of the week is for data.